Amitabha. Let me continue to read the Shurangama Sutra, and let's see what Ananda wants to say about where is our sixth consciousness. Ananda said to Buddha, I have always heard you teaching the assembly of bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka, and upasika, that our various perceptions of the past life result in various phenomenal reality in this life, and how our mind responds to the phenomenal reality will create a cause of the future reality. Now I'm considering the grasping distinguished sixth consciousness, which is my true consciousness of mind with inheritance. Here is wrong. Okay? So, since it resides in the location wherever our six sense faculties are aware of, it doesn't dwell either inside or outside, even in the middle. So let me explain. He said, our various perception of the past life result in various phenomenal reality in this life. That is true. And this is what Buddha taught us, okay? How our mind responds to the phenomenal reality will create the cause of the future reality. That is also true. But the problem is, Ananda believed this sixth consciousness which can think, okay, in the past life, in the current life, and the future life. He believed that is permanent. And that is our true consciousness of mind with inheritance. That is wrong. Because this sixth consciousness always change. Sometimes we're happy and sometimes we're not happy. Okay? The sixth consciousness change. Happy, from happy to not happy, and then change it to happy. Okay? It's keeping to change. So this sixth consciousness has no inheritance. Always change. If that is permanent, okay, if something's permanent, if sixth consciousness is permanent, it always be there, always just like that. We're happy, we're always happy. Cannot change it to not unhappy. If we change unhappy, that will change to something else, okay? So at the first part, what he said is correct, but this part is wrong. Sixth consciousness is not permanent, without any inheritance, okay? And he believed it residence the location wherever the six sense faculties are aware of. And let me explain about this. We have six sense faculty. We have eye, ear, nose, and the mouth, and the tongue. Okay, a tongue can taste. And the body, and we have mental faculty. Okay. So we have six faculties, sense faculties. And what the six sense faculties do, once our sense faculty aware of the sense object, we will have sense consciousness. For instance, once my eye, this is eye faculty, meet the visual form like a flower, my eye will have eye consciousness, okay? And then I realize that is a flower. So Ananda believed this, our sixth consciousness resident, our sixth consciousness has a location. Where it is located? Located in that flower. Okay? If I'm hear some sound, and he believed our sixth consciousness was resident in that sound. Okay? So if I eat something, I taste something, so my tongue object, okay, maybe an apple. So he believed the sixth consciousness will resident in the apple. That's why he said the sixth consciousness does not resident in the inside, outside, or even the middle. This is what Ananda wants to say. Let's see what Buddha replied to Ananda. And Buddha actually gave two assumptions. One assumption is this sixth consciousness has no inheritance. Another assumption is this sixth consciousness does have inheritance. And both Buddha can prove they are wrong. Okay, let's see how about there's no inheritance. This is Buddha said. Buddha said to Ananda, if you just say that reacting to various phenomena in reality will generate various perception of mind, and this true mind of consciousness residence in the location wherever our six sense faculties are aware of. If this mind of consciousness doesn't have inheritance, that will be just like an illusion, and illusion should have no location. Okay? If you still insist it has a location, then we will be able to say that existence of the 19 dhatus is due to the 7 sense objects. We all know this doesn't exist, then this assumption is not valid. What the Buddha said? Buddha said if that is illusion, we can make up. Okay, and we know, just as I just explained before, we should have 18 dhatus. We have 6 sense faculties: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mental faculty. 6. Okay, and plus the object of the 6 sense faculties. Okay, it's a visual form, sound, smell, taste, feeling, and a mental object. So 6, right? And those 6, once the sense faculty meet the sense object, create create 6 sense consciousness. Okay, eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, taste consciousness, feeling consciousness, and mental consciousness. Okay, so 6 plus 6 plus 6 equal 18. So we say we have 18 dhatus. And if you make up something, we can say we have 19 dhatus. Even you can say 20 dhatus, right? But here Buddha say 19 dhatus. Okay, you can say 19 dhatus. You also can say we have 7 sense objects. Okay, actually we only have 6 sense objects. But you can say, if you make up, you can say 7 sense objects. And we all know that doesn't exist. So this assumption is not valid. Okay, so let's see what Ananda replied. Okay, Ananda said to Buddha, it's the eye which can see, not the mind of cognitive consciousness. The Buddha further said, if the eye see, will the door see you when you are inside the room? Those who have died still have eyes. Can they see things? If they still can see things, then how can we claim they are died? Oh, this is very clear. Ananda said this physical eye can actually recognize things. Actually, that's not true, right? And he said not the consciousness mind, or not our 6 consciousness mind, but the eye, this physical eye, can recognize things. We know this physical eye is just a physical without consciousness. How could this physical eye can see things? If that is true, if that is valid, then we stay in the room and the door can see us. Door is also a physical item, so the door cannot see us. The door doesn't have consciousness. The door doesn't have cognitive consciousness. So the door cannot recognize us, right? This is Buddha said. And Buddha also say, if you believe that is this physical eye can actually see the things. When the people die, the dead people, they still have eye. So can they see things? Absolutely not. If they can see things, we will not say they're died, right? This is what Buddha said. Okay, let's continue. Here, Buddha starts to talking about if the sixth consciousness has inheritance, what will happen? And Buddha asks if has inheritance, whether this sixth consciousness has one location, multiple location, it will resident all over of our body or part of our body. Okay, so let's see what happened. The Buddha said, if this mind of consciousness has its inheritance, does it have one location or multiple locations? Does it resident all over our body, or does it resident in part of our body? Okay, and let's assume it has one location. When you pinch one limb, then all your limb should be same pinch feeling. Since your all limbs should have same feeling, then the place you pinched cannot be the only one place of feeling pinched. What Buddha said, okay? If you say this conscious has one location, that means all our body, okay? One location, all our body, okay? All our body should have the same feeling, okay? If something happened in part of our body, all body should have the same feeling, because all of our body has the awareness, okay? So we have 4 limbs, right? 2 arms, 2 legs. So if I pinch, okay, I pinch my left arm, okay, all my rest of the 3 limbs should have the same feeling, because all body has only one consciousness, and it's located in one place. It means all our body. And then when somebody pinch my left leg, my right leg, my right arm, and my 2 legs should have the same feeling. But reality is, this is not true. If somebody pinch my left arm, I have feeling on my left arm, but my right arm don't have the feeling of pinched. And my left legs and the right legs also, they don't have the feeling of being pinched, right? So, this assumption will against the reality. So this is also wrong. It's not true. Let me continue to read the sutra. But actually, you only pinched one limb, and your rest 3 limbs will not have that pinching feeling at the same time. Therefore, the hypothesis, your mind of consciousness has one location, is wrong. Okay? If it has multiple locations, then it should have multiple minds of consciousness for multiple living beings. Let me ask you, which one is the location for you? For your mind of consciousness. So this is also wrong, okay? Because if this consciousness has multiple locations, that is the same as this consciousness has multiple living beings, for multiple living beings. So Buddha asked, which one is yours? And we will have problem, okay? Because it's multiple, there's multiple individual consciousness. Once we become Buddha, it's not only have one Buddha. So each consciousness will become one Buddha. So if we have 5 locations, that means once we become Buddha, we will become 5 Buddha. And this is not true, okay? This is wrong. And Buddha continues to say, if it resides all over your body, its reasoning is the same as given for one location. Okay, if the consciousness resident all of our body, it's the same. All our body, that means only one consciousness and located all of our body. And this is the reasoning the same as given for the first one. Okay, first one, that is for one location. And Buddha said, if it doesn't resident all over your body, when you touch your head and feet at the same time, only your head should have feeling, but your feet shouldn't have feeling of being touched at all. But this is against our real life experience. Therefore, you're saying that your mind of consciousness is located wherever the 6 sense faculties are aware of, is thus wrong. Okay? I want to explain a little bit of the last one. If the sixth conscious only resident part of body, for example, if that the sixth conscious only resident in our head, okay? So if somebody touch our head, at the same time also touch our feet, okay? Because this sixth consciousness doesn't resident all of our body, so only resident in our head. So they're part of the body, right? Then somebody touch head and touch feet, we only can feel the feet, the touch feeling of the head, not the feet. But this is also against the reality, right? If I touch my head, same time I touch my feet, I can feel both be touched, right? This is what we have in reality. And the assumption by this way, Buddha can prove the assumption that if this sixth consciousness resident only part of the body is also wrong. And Buddha say, Ananda's saying that mind of consciousness, the sixth consciousness is located wherever the six sense faculties are aware of is wrong. Thank you for watching. And if you have any question, you can email us Hua-Yan@gmail.com, the International Hua-Yan Buddhist Federation. Thank you. Amito.